Thank you, Pam. My name's Christopher Dean. I'm the partnership manager for Most of the Future. A lot of people in the room will know me. Tremendous turnout for today. It just shows the interest that there is in this subject, which is terrific. I'm not going to say anything about Sphagnum, or I'm going to try not to. I've been told not to, so I'll try my best not to. I'm rather doing a bit of scene setting because it's a lot of today is going to be quite detailed, but it sits within a wider interest in doing moorland restoration work for the Most of the Future Partnership. So I'm just going to give a bit of background and context to that really, to set the unique upland landscape in which this sits really. The Most of the Future Partnership has been interested in landscape scale restoration to the moorlands surrounding Manchester, Sheffield, the South Pennines, the Dark Peak, and it's been a strong partnership with big ambition for a long period of time. Over 20 million has been raised and invested in projects by the partnership over the last 11 years. And the partners include the three big utilities: United Utilities, Yorkshire Water, Severn Trent Water, two major agencies, Environment Agency, Natural England, two big NGOs, National Trust, RSPB. We've had a variety of local authorities have dipped in and out along the way. Derbyshire County Council have really stuck with us for the whole of that period of time. And we also have the farming community and the moorland owning community who also sit on that partnership as well. It's worth saying at an early stage as well that we stand on the shoulders of a lot of research that people have persevered with for decades. The two universities in Manchester, Pennine Associates, have been working in the field of the wide field of moorland research for a long time, and if it wasn't for the evidence that they've put in place over that period of time, we wouldn't be in a position to have been able to generate that funding and be able to do a lot of the work that we've done. And today really is about furthering that evidence case. So the comment, the questions, the peer review that you're going to give us today is really important for us for the future as well. So you've got a big part to play in this today. So that's about the partnership. I'd like to say a bit about the place as well, really. This is a fairly unique wilderness, and using the word wilderness, if anybody was here from North America or Canada, they'd be quite appalled that we're calling this a wilderness, really, as the 10 o'clock flight to Malaga screams overhead, as you can hear the train going up the bottom of the Calder Valley, and you can hear the M62 in the background as well. But it's a wilderness for the people who live around it and use this area, really. Close relationship with urban communities, and that's brought ecosystem services into a very sharp focus, particularly water quality, flood risk management, and carbon security. There's 55 reservoirs in Dark Peak alone. 70% of our drinking water comes from these types of upland environments. And you can see from the satellite map that you can almost pick out the shape of the area that we work in amidst all that nighttime light. So very close relationship with our communities around that area. Into that mix, we sort of throw this really. 200 years of atmospheric pollution. In 1783, Mr. Arkwright put the world's first ever steam-driven mill in Manchester, and shortly afterwards this sort of situation existed throughout all of the northern towns. It gives me a little bit of comfort to be able to say that the textile industry in Lancashire caused most of the problems that we've got, really. Having said that, this is Halifax, this picture, so I probably need to be a bit careful what I say there, really. So that close relationship with urban life has taken its toll as well. Atmospheric pollution and summer fires have given us, when we first started in 2002, a degraded landscape of above 30 square kilometres, and work that Martin Evans, researcher in Manchester, did in 2006 showed that there's around about 260 tonnes a year of sediment coming from each kilometre of that degraded moorland. That's compared to about a tonne in intact blanket bog areas in Scotland. So quite an issue it's given us, really. And today's about scientific information, but bits of anecdotal information are also quite important. Jimmy Howard, who farms Black Hill, Home Moss area, in the 50s he was having to replace his sheep netting every 5 years because the atmosphere rotted it away. That lasts 15 to 20 years now. And when the M62 was being constructed, the acidity of the rain was actually washing the paint off the contractors' vehicles. There was an article in the Yorkshire Post about this. I labour this point because this is one of the unique things about this upland area, and it's the driver for a lot of the issues that we're talking about today. So what have we done about that, really? Most of the future has dealt with this by raising funds and running a series of projects. We've usually got around 20 projects on our books at any one time. One of our biggest projects that we're running at the moment, and I need to give this a plug, is the European Commission funded EU LIFE project, MoorLIFE project. You are all here today because this day is part of this project. So thank you very much, European Commission. That's terrific. And what's been the result of all this investment? Well, some of it speaks for itself, really. The 2010 picture is the same site as the other pictures. And the telling point, the bit that people miss in this photograph, really, is they're the same three people 27 years later in 2003. But the really telling point is the feet are in the same place. So there's a metre of peat gone missing in that intervening period of time, which takes us back to the sediment loss. However, now, with the vegetation work we've done, we've managed to switch off that sediment loss almost immediately. And to a lot of people, it looks like job done. Fantastic. We've got vegetation back, that's it. But it's not job done, because if you search about anywhere, on Black Hill Summit, where that is, you have a great deal of difficulty finding any sphagnum moss. I wasn't going to say sphagnum, was I? I said it. You'd have great difficulty finding any. And today is about sorting out the progress we're making in reintroducing this vitally important plant into this landscape. And that's why you're here today, really, is to assist us with that. Tell us what you think about the work we've done so far. Throw your ideas into the pot and bring us to account for the work that we've actually done.